Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hunky Vape. I'm your host, DJ Alex, and today I'm recording a special thank you vlog to celebrate the 200 plus people who have subscribed to this vape channel. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to all of you who inspire me to continue making these videos. You know, vaping is a journey away from combustible cigarettes, and like I've said in my first video, follow me in the craft known as vaping and let this new hobby render your addiction to the history books. Well, I seem to have lost that along the way. What happened? I mean, I got caught up doing vape reviews on new products and I got wrapped up in all the news and advocacy because they're constantly changing what legislations are imparted on the vape industry. And I lost the journey. I lost the fun aspect of vaping in this whole thing. Yes, I'm passionate about it, and yes, I think you should be passionate about it too. You should go and contact your representatives and your senators on a regular basis. Pick up the phone and bug the shit out of them. To let them know that the decisions that they make, the simple yes or no votes that they make, they impact your life. And there are going to be consequences for those decisions that they make. But there's more to vaping than just news and advocacy. There's also the crafting aspect of vaping. You know, that's the main reason I haven't rushed to publish the Liquid Barn Starter Kit review. I've been working on the Liquid Barn review now for almost 2 weeks. It's because I'm more focused. I mean, I got back to my roots. I'm more focused on the crafting aspect of vaping. And this is the fun part of it. This is the part where you get nitty-gritty with your hands and you build stuff. I did my first vlogs. They were vlogs where we actually took RDAs and RTAs and built them and then compared them side by side. We tried different coils out. We tried different wicking materials out. Well, it's time for this channel to get back to its roots. And no, I'm not giving up on the news and advocacy. There's going to be plenty of that stuff put out on a regular basis, especially now that I've dabbled in doing news drops, single articles, single news stories that might affect your day. But I've lost my way. I want to get back to what got me motivated to start this channel. Yeah, I want to document my vaping journey, but it's time for us to have some fun, don't you think? Well, in this thank you vlog, that's going to be the focus of it. I'm going to show you how to mix up some basic liquid that can never ever be banned because there's no flavoring in it and there's no nicotine in it. If you want to add flavoring to e-liquid, that's going to be your choice. You will always have the right to go out and buy these flavoring. Like the vaping industry got started years ago. They went out, they got food grade flavorings, and they added them to e-liquid to have flavored vape juice. They'll never be able to stop that because they will always need these flavorings for things like muffin mixes and candles and soaps. These flavorings are not going anywhere, and the VG and the PG, that's not going anywhere either. So we're going to start with the basics. And I'm going to show you how to make basic e-liquid that will never be prohibited, and it is very, very cheap for you to make. I'm also going to show you how I use this basic e-juice to maximize commercial e-liquid. So if you're one of the people out there that are going, man, they just imposed this new tax and a 60 ml bottle is now going to cost me $40. I'm just going to have to give up vaping because I can't afford it. Hey, hold on a second. Don't worry about the $40. You can go buy your favorite juice and turn it into 2 bottles of juice. So if it's the cost that's an issue, you now took this $40 bottle of juice and you converted it into 2 $20 bottles of juice. So you don't need to give up vaping. I'm bringing the affordability aspect back into vaping. And no, I'm not doing it personally because this has been around forever. And I'm sure that there's plenty of other videos out there of people that show you how to go and do this. And there's videos of people that have already said, you know what? I'm just going to go buy the VG and I'm just going to take my bottle, split it into 2, top it off with VG and call it a day. Well, that's great, except now you've taken and changed the ratio of VG to PG and you made your fluid a lot thicker. Well, some tanks don't like it when you do that kind of stuff. You'll be burning through coils like nothing. But I'll show you how you can go and make your own VGPG cutting liquid. And it's perfectly safe because all it is vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, which is what the base of every single bottle of e-liquid is. I'm also going to show you my favorite recipe. It's OG Blue. Well, sorta. I mean, it may not be their exact recipe. I'll tell you what, it's close enough for me, and with the ingredients that I picked up with my starter kit, I can now make my own OG Blue e-liquid. Yep, I'm going to show you that. But I'm going to take you on a little vaping adventure. Because see, when I went home to Cleveland last weekend, I decided for my 50th birthday, I wasn't going to go bar hopping. I was going to go vape store hopping. Yeah. So, I'll show you the vape stores that I visited and why the mom and pop stores will always beat out the corporate vape stores. I'm going to tell you about the people that I met along the way, and I'm going to tell you about some of the things that I learned about the vape industry visiting the vape stores that are not in my hometown. Well, in the town that I grew up in, but they're not in the town where I'm recording these videos. I've got some things that I bought in these stores I'm going to show you. I've got some Vape Mail to open up. I'm going to mix up some e-liquid, and we're going to have some fun. And naturally, I'm going to play some music along the way because things are always more enjoyable when you have some nice music. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of coffee, or hit the pause button and go grab yourself your favorite beverage of choice. It's time to prop your feet up, kick back, relax. We're going to have some fun today exploring the crafting aspect of vaping. And if you don't know about the crafting aspect of vaping, stick around because I'm going to show you how easily you can turn vaping into a hobby. All right, ain't nothing to it but to get into it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to say thank you very much. First and foremost, I truly appreciate all of you that subscribe to this channel. I appreciate all of you that have left feedback. And I appreciate all of you that have reached out to me. And my email address is always available. It's djalex@hunkyvape.com. If you ever have any questions or you want some help or you just need somebody to talk to, I'm always here, okay? So first and foremost, thank you for all of you that have subbed to this channel. It really inspires me and motivates me to keep on going because vaping is a journey. And now, time for this channel to get back to its roots. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can go and make basic e-liquid. It is so simple to do this. You don't even have to have a scale, okay? I got a scale as part of my starter kit, and if you plan on doing any DIY e-liquid, it's a great idea for you to do that. But you could do things with volume if you really wanted to. I'm just going to do this simply because I already have the scale, and it's very easy for anybody to do. So let's flip over and take a look at how we go about making our basic e-liquid. So here's our lovely scale that I got. And first thing we need to do is grab ourselves a bottle. You can throw that one on there. Or you could also pick up bigger bottles. And the nice thing about a lot of these bottles is they're already marked. Oh, you can't really see that. But they're already marked. So you could literally take, if you didn't have a scale, just buy a bag of these. You can get them on Amazon. You can pick them up from any vape shop. Well, you can pick them up from some vape shops. And you could also pick them up in other craft stores because these bottles are not exclusive to the vaping industry. So, very simple thing. We're going to take the juice that I have here, and this juice right now, originally bought for my wife, but she didn't really care for it. She liked it when she first tried it, and that was pretty cool. But now that she's vaped a bunch of other things, she's like, I'm not really interested in this. So, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to cut this down, because right now that concentration is way too high for what I normally use. So, I'm going to take and create this basic e-liquid. And if we take a look at this bottle, try and find a concentration on there. So it looks like 70 is the VG and 20 is PG, and then the rest is the nic. So it's basically a 70-30 mix. So what I'm going to do is, I have here a 100 ml bottle, which is what the level is if it's all the way up to here. I'm going to fill this up 70 mils of VG I'm going to put in here. And then I'm going to top off the bottle with PG to come up with the 70-30 mix. I mean, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. Now, I happen to have the VG from Liquid Barn. However, vegetable glycerin is readily available in several locations. I mean, you can buy vegetable glycerin at Walmart. You could buy it at Amazon. You could buy it at Tractor Supply. You could buy it a lot of different places. You could buy from chemical wholesalers. It is a readily available product. And there's different brands of it. The one thing that you want to make sure of when you are going to get this is that you are getting something that is pure. Okay? So, like, I purchased this one before, and it's USP rated, meaning the purity is certified, food grade kosher vegetable glycerin. Readily available everywhere. All right. So there we have it, marked to the 70%. And if this isn't 100% accurate, it doesn't matter. You only need to get close. 70-30. Propylene glycol. USP, food grade, certified kosher, purity is 99.8%. And we just take our PG and we top off the bottle. And there you go. We now have basic e-liquid. And as you see, the VG's on the bottom and the PG's on the top. So this is going to need to be mixed up, shaken up. And now we've got it all shaken up. This is basic e-liquid. There is nothing, this is not rocket science. 70-30 VG-PG. That's the base of every single e-liquid out there. The proportions could be a little different. You could have 80-20. You could have 50-50. There's different formulations. Over the time, the vaping industry has allowed these different formulations. And it used to be that if you were a mouth to lung one, you had to have 50-50 mix, because you needed it to be able to go through your wicking, saturate the coil fast enough. But nowadays, a lot of devices have gotten adapted to that. So if you are making it for a mouth to lung device, you may choose to make it a 60-40 mix or a 50-50 mix, or you might just go 90-10. choice is up to you and what you want to do. But this is the basics of every single bottle of e-liquid on the market. And there's nothing special. This is it. Now, as I said before, let's say you have this and you're cutting back and you only want to use it as a 3. Well, all you got to do is take and make a little recipe. And there's plenty of places where you can go to. You can go to alltheflavors.com. You can go to eliquidrecipes.com, and you can use their calculators to create a recipe. So I'm going to switch it over here for a second, and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to take, and I want to make what I've already done here. All right, got 70-30. I made 100 milligram. Desired strength is 0. Okay. And you scroll down, and there's your total. 88 grams of VG, 31 grams of PG, and now you have your 70-30 mix. Pretty cool, huh? So, how about I just want to take the 60 ml bottle that I have here, and I only want to put 30 mils of our 70-30 mix in there. All right. So I'm going to take 30 mils of this 70-30 mix. And I see that it's going to weigh 35.82 grams. So now I can switch back over. And I know that if I take this liquid that I just made up, I can take and pour this. Well, first I'm going to tear it out. I can pour this in here. And I will keep on going until I hit that 35 grams. And it's basically going to be half a bottle. All right, I'm gonna cut this till I get halfway done. All right, as you can see, I went a little bit over. I have about a half a bottle of this. So now I'm going to take our bottle that we have, and to make it easier, I'm not going to squeeze it out through that thing. I'm just going to pour this right into here to fill this up, because we got half, and now we're going to add the other half, and there you go. All done. And if this was a full bottle when we got started, all you'd have to do is fill up the other half of it with our plain e-liquid, and now you would have 2 bottles of e-liquid. And you know the best part about this? This is how much this stuff costs. $5. Yeah. You could buy this on Liquid Barn for $10 when it's on sale. And there's your e-liquid. Now you have affordable e-liquid. Doesn't get any better than this. I'm gonna shake this up, and I'm gonna fill up my tank. What we did was we cut that in half. So yes, the flavoring is going to be a little less than what it would be if you were drinking it straight, if you were using it straight. But realistically, most commercial e-juices have a ton of flavoring added because they want that flavoring to pop and be really potent. I don't need it to be that strong. And there's our e-liquid. Works great, tastes wonderful. And there you go. All you want to do now is you want to label the bottle so you know what it is. And the Liquid Barn kit does come with a sticker. But if you didn't have a sticker, you could just use a label maker. Or you could buy some labels and just cut a little sheet of it. Or you could literally write on the package if you really wanted to. Just grab a Sharpie and write on the bottle. But there we go. I've got that. Grab a pen. I'm gonna write on there. This is Mojito. Hawaiian Mojito. And this is at a 3. We took a 6 and we made 2 3s out of it. Simple math. Double the volume, cut the concentration in half. Don't need to be a chemistry professor. So, here we have a 100 ml bottle. And as you can see, there's about half of it gone. So what am I going to do? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take this. And I'm going to take the liquid that we just made.
That's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That is beautiful.
Wow.
There you go.
We're running out of time. Wow.
Throw the lid on, tighten it down. Give it a good shake. Get your little Sharpie out. And correct the label.
Let's keep on vaping like our lives depend on it, because they kind of do.
Got a whole bottle of it. And it's been redone. That simple. Piece of cake. Well, how about I take our straight liquid that we have and throw it in the little dripper. Basic e-liquid, unflavored. No nicotine. That's what your e-liquid is made from. BG and PG, and the majority of it is vegetable glycerin.
Wow.
Vaping is better than smoking.
Wow.
Same thing that goes in my fog machine when I DJ at parties.
Wow.
Except in the DJ machine, they like to use things that don't cost any money whatsoever. So typically what happens in the fog juice that you buy is it'll be vegetable glycerin mixed with distilled water.
Wow.
And obviously they're using distilled water because they don't want any of the minerals from the water to gunk up vaporizer. Well, here we're using VG and PG.
Wow. I don't have time to say this gently, so I'll be very direct.
The unflavored e-liquid doesn't gunk up your coils.
Wow.
You can vape on that for a long, long time.
Wow.
So realistically, I've known people, because of the way the laws are where they live, they mix up their VG and PG. They add the nic that they choose to utilize, and they vape unflavored e-liquid.
Wow.
They get their nic out of it. They get the vaping aspect out of it. Unfortunately, they don't get the flavoring. But that's a choice that everybody has to make for themselves. Personally, I love my flavoring. I love my flavoring so much that, well, this is my favorite. When I'm not vaping, my Salty Man Purple Rain. I like my OG Blue. I mean, who doesn't like blue raspberry? You don't have to be a kid to like flavors. Where on earth did they come up with this? Adults didn't like flavors. You wouldn't have the thousands upon thousands of flavors of alcohol. Take your pick. How many flavors of vodka are there? How about rum? Did they flavor rum? Oh yeah, they do that too. No surprise. Adults like flavors. Well, I think it's time I show you the OG Blue, and we're going to make some. The last one I made was for my wife. So there's the recipe that I utilized for my wife. And if you don't want to use this, then you simply put 6 mils of PG and 5.7 mils of PG and 42 mils of VG, and then you add your flavorings. Or you can just modify this recipe to your liking. So we can make a 60 ml bottle, and we can pick the strength. You can make it, you know, if you were trying to quit, you could cut it down to even 1.5.
Wow.
You can custom make your juice to any concentration you choose.
Wow.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another bottle for my wife, because she's almost out of the one that I made Friday. And this is a piece of cake. I mean, just like that, we're good to go. So, I have my blue raspberry I got as part of the starter kit from Liquid Barn. And you get 10 of these 15 ml bottles with your starter kit. And as you can see in this recipe, we are only going to be using 4.8 mils, which is about 5.6 grams. Oops! I went over a little bit. I could pull some out, or I could just leave it go. It's close enough. Might be a little more blue raspberry than it was the last time. No big deal. All right. So, we have our super sweet. Let me flip it down so you can see what I'm doing. Whoops. Aww. All right, so we're going to add our strawberry, 1.2 grams, 1.2 milliliters. sorry I didn't have the blue raspberry. Oh, I went a little over in that one too.
Whoops.
Oh man. Good thing I'm not a chemist, huh? Well, 1.3. We're gonna clear that. And we're gonna put a little bit of sweetener in it. So we need 0.3.
Vaping is better than smoking.
Wow.
Oh, here we go. I overshot once again.
Whoops.
Well, there we have it. I added the blue raspberry. I added the super sweet. Now, it's time to put our PG in. So we're gonna reset this. And we're gonna put 5.91 grams of PG.
Vaping is better than smoking.
And if you'll notice, I'm putting PG in first because most of the flavorings are PG and PG is thin. So,
Anti-vaping propaganda is brain poison. Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
oh, there we go. There's our 5.9 grams of PG. And since this is for my wife, I need to give her her fix. If you do not use nicotine, you simply put in more PG.
Wow.
So, I'm gonna clear that out. I got another 6 mils of PG here. There we go. That is all the flavoring that we need. That's all the PG we need. And now, realistically, you don't even need the scale for the rest of it because all you got to do is fill up the bottle.
Wow.
That was easy.
So, we'll add our VG, our vegetable glycerin, top off the bottle. One little over in that too. No big deal. Because now we've got a full bottle. And all I gotta do is throw the cap on.
Wow.
All done. Grab my label. OG Blue. Close enough. There you go. It's that simple.
Wow.
Vaping is better than smoking.
Let's keep on vaping like our lives depend on it, because they kind of do.
Wow.
Now, like a lot of things, patience is something that will reward you. So, I mixed this up today, and I'm going to put today's date on it. Because this is like wine. It gets better with time. When you first mix it up, it's close. You shake it up, it's close. You could use this, but if you want the real flavor, the true profile of what that recipe can give you, you have to wait a couple days. I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it aside here, and my wife's gonna have to wait just a couple days. Or maybe till tomorrow. Depends if you know how patient she is. There you go, man. There is very simple way for you to economically afford vaping no matter what they do, what they want to do in taxes. Because realistically, this stuff here, readily available, not taxed. Not too shabby. All right. Well, I think it's time for me to get a refill on my coffee. And I'll be right back. I'll show you my vaping adventure. Matter of fact, how about I just cut to the drive? Okay, here we are driving, going to our first shop. Our first shop is located in North Olmsted, Ohio. Not too far from where I grew up. All right, here we are pulling up to Brick City Vapors. Beautiful day outside. Unlike when they took the pictures for Google Maps. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my camera with me, so I had to use my phone to take a couple pictures and to take these videos. That's why I'm showing you Google Maps. This is Brick City Vapors. Nice store. Nice mom and pop shop. Yeah. And I want to thank the lady that owns this store because she's the one that got me to try Salty Man Purple Rain. Oh, is it delicious? I am so grateful for her introducing me to those flavors. And I'm telling you, it's like you are family. When you walk through that door, right off the bat, even if she's taking care of another customer, it's like, hey, how's it going? Can I help you? You know, are you looking for something in particular? Are you just looking around? Or, this is something you cannot find in a corporate vape store. I don't care how much the corporation pushes their employees to be friendly and helpful. They will never be as friendly and helpful as the simple mom and pop shops. Mom and pop shops, when you walk in there, more than half the time, you're going to be talking to the owner. Even if the owner isn't working there 7 days a week from open to close, they're there because they have a vested interest in this business. And most of the time, if it's not them that's there, it's going to be one of their relatives, either their son or daughter, husband, wife. This is a family business. Mom and pop stores are family businesses. So when you walk into Brick City Vapors and she's there, she's going to greet you and she's going to be just like your own family. Depending on your age, she might be your mother, might be your grandmother, might be your sister, might be your daughter. Everyone is welcome in these mom and pop vape stores. So we walked in and we had a nice conversation with her, talked to her about the Vape Mail ban that's coming up and how it's going to impact her store personally and what they look as things. And she's ready for what's coming. However, like many of the other stores that we visited that day, she's not going all in. She's not like going out and buying and stocking the latest, greatest, brand new things that are out there because realistically, you don't know what the future holds. So, as you continue to operate on a day-to-day basis, you bring things in, and it's not like it used to be in the old days. You know, in the old days, stores would stock, and order 10 of everything that was released out on the marketplace. Well, nowadays, you only get a couple. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, no? So we left Brick City Vapors after having some nice conversation there, because the one thing that I asked her for was, I wonder if you have any squonk mods, because that's something I'm interested in trying to find, you know, a newer squonk mod. Not so much as in newer, but as in different than what I already have. And she's like, well, actually, I don't have any, but if you go down the road, if you just keep going down Lorraine Road, in the Fairview Park, I got a friend of mine who owns a vape shop in Fairview Park. And that is Fog Vapors. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go check it out. I'm always interested in doing it, especially because, I mean, this is my 50th birthday. I'm vape shop hopping. So it's nice to have a destination for where we were going to go. And that's when I came across the idea. I'm like, you know what? Let's see how many vape shops are along the way between here and there. Because one of the things that I knew was in the area that she was competing against was a Veil Vapor. Well, I was surprised to find out that that store isn't there anymore. It's closed. Now, there are other Veil Vapors in the Cleveland area, but that particular one was closed. Wow. It's usually the other way around. Corporate stores, when they move into an area, typically drive the business away from the mom and pop stores. Well, not when you have a mom and pop store that vapes, and they used vaping to quit smoking, and they sell things at an affordable price, and they're willing to work with you. Her store actually even has a couple clone things, because realistically, some people are not going to go out and spend $200, $300, $400 on a device, but they're willing to give up 50 or 60 bucks to try something out. And they're upfront and they tell you straight up. It's not like they're trying to hide it. They tell you straight up, this is a clone. If you're still interested, I'll tell you about it. Otherwise, I don't want your expectations to be wrong. And there are some things that just aren't available on the market except for the ones that are cloned. It's kind of like in the old days. That never truly went away. Well, how about we head over to the next store and I'll show you what we came across there. Okay, here we are pulling in front of JoJo's OH-10 vapes. And if you look on Google, you'll see the picture that they have posted there was from when they first opened up and they had their grand opening. And man, this guy had an awesome idea. Well, awesome until the whole, you know, Timmy and Tina need to be protected from the vape industry. Yeah. Consequences of these idiots and these children that refuse to follow the rules. Us adults don't get to relive our childhood. I mean, think about it. When we were growing up as kids, Chuck E. Cheese was a place to go. Yeah. You know why? Well, because of all the arcades that they had. And actually, this store started to put arcades in. Until the whole bad press of kids being attracted to vaping hit the market. There weren't any arcades there when we went in. They had to take them out because they didn't want to foster the image of attracting youth. I mean, seriously. What kid is actually going to go and play it on arcades like we did when we were growing up? I mean, they were quarter-eating machines when we were growing up. Yeah. Because he doesn't want the bad reputation, he pulled the machines. Quite honestly, I come to find out that the guy that owns this store is actually going to be closing up shop. He put in for PMTA for his own juices that he had. And the FDA said, you don't have enough lab tests, you don't have enough results to prove scientific certainty of the safety of your product. So the impression I got is that you might be closing up shop and doing something else, like a total different industry, one that isn't as beat down regulated as this one is. And let me tell you, when we were there, that's not what the shelves look like. Let me show you what the shelves look like. Yep. This is what it looked like, and this wasn't just because of COVID regulations and COVID restrictions. Because when you run a business, you need to be profitable. And things have expiration dates. And you have constant regulations and changes that are forcing you to reconsider your business, reconsider your business model. I mean, take a look at what the store was stocked when they first moved in there. They had everything imaginable. Well, not that way anymore. Consequences of all these regulations, the mom and pop shops are closing down left and right. Can't take the chance of losing any more money. Sad reality. But the shelves don't look like this anymore. All right. Enough about JoJo's. Nice place. Kid that was working there, real nice guy. Happy to answer any questions you have. The only thing I felt bad about was there was a 70-some-year-old lady that was there, and she was looking for something to replace her vape device that she had. Because with the problems that she was having with her vape device, you know, she's constantly going and buying disposables at the gas station. And if you've bought disposables at the gas stations, you know they're not anything like a true vape device. They don't have the same quality or taste or flavor or anything. But I felt bad for her. Because this vape shop had some stuff there, but not what she was looking for in particular. And I had a conversation with her, a brief conversation, and told her, I says, you know, you need to look into the Interceptor. I think it would be perfect for what you use. You're accustomed to, you know, these little gas station vapes and whatnot, so you're used to high nic and, you know, mouth to lung, and Interceptor will do you well. And it's refillable, so you can come into the vape shop, pick up your e-liquid, fill up your Interceptor, and you're good to go. Unfortunately, the store didn't have any. And I wasn't familiar with enough of the other stores in the area to tell her where to go. I did refer her to P. Basardo and told her to check out the Smoker Show. And it's a call-in show, so she could give them a call and ask them. And I'm sure that they'd be happy to help her out. All right, let's hop over to Fog Vapory, which is the destination that Brick City Vapor sent me to. And let's take a look and see what we got here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Fog Vapory. Fog Vapory is located in Fairview Park, Ohio. Actually, only a couple miles up the road from where we started at Brick City Vape. And let me tell you, the guy that was working here, man, he is so friendly, so knowledgeable. He's been doing this for a long time now, and he's all in. You walked in there, and let me see. I didn't take a picture while I was there, so let me show you this one. This is what he's got set up for COVID precautions. Beautiful. Nice thick plastic all the way down, all the way up around the counters, and then this little window that's cut out in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen is where he can give you your products and whatnot. And the other thing that really impressed me was he even had a clearance vape section. And it was interesting to see what items were put into there. The reason I say that this guy's all in because, I mean, he even had a Dovpo Odin sitting in the cabinet. He had some newer stuff there. Lots of different options. I mean, this is a true mom and pop store that really dedicates their time and energy to helping people quit smoking and keeping people off of combustible cigarettes, combustible tobacco. If you are ever in the Cleveland area, I highly recommend you go visit Fog Vapery. Real nice guy, great shop, and back before COVID, that's exactly what a vape shop used to be. Nice place to hang out. It's more of a lounge environment. And that's something I noticed at both of the stores, mainly JoJo's and Fog Vapery, is that at one point in time, it used to be a vape lounge where you could go out and hang out with fellow vapors and just have a good time enjoying your vape. I can't wait for this COVID shit to be over and maybe some of these places will be able to go back to that. But let me tell you, that is a nice, warm, friendly environment. Good place for you to hang out. They have all different kinds of products now. Everything's become diversified. Whatever you want is readily available. So I can't recommend them highly enough. I mean, this place, I wish my local vape shop was like Fog Vapery. Highly recommend them. All right, time for some fun. How about we show you some of the things that got picked up during our little vape hopping adventure? And let me get to the Vape Mail. Hit that bumper. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to see some of the takings from our little vape hopping excursion. Now, we went and picked up a bunch of stuff. Now, this right here is a lovely example of what happens in a state when the taxes are too high, and the tax law specifically states that they only tax liquid that contains nicotine. Well, you know, some business is going to come up with a solution, don't you? And here you go, 1.8 milliliters of liquid that gets taxed by that law. So the state is going to get a whopping 18 cents a tax on this little package, instead of getting $10 tax. Well, no, technically, it's per milliliter. Yeah, $10 tax would have been. But people are going to skirt the law as long as the law is written in a way that they can skirt it. And let me flip it down, and you get to see all the lovely things that we picked up on our little jaunt. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother to take it out of the package one at a time. I'm just going to simply dump it onto the counter here. So, something in the days of COVID that you always have to have: hand sanitizer. And look at that, it's in a 60 ml bottle. Wow. Kind of like the stuff that they first sent out at the beginning of COVID. And naturally, they also have deep clean hand sanitizer. Available for sale at Fog Vapery. Something else my wife picked up. She picked up a couple of these caffeine shots. Yeah, you don't have to drink the Jolt. you know, all you can do is take your shot of caffeine. That's pretty neat. And it comes in blue raspberry, and she got a fruit punch. So, I have been on the hunt for a recurve dual RDA for quite some time, and he had it on the clearance section. So you know I had to scarf one of those up. I also picked up a diesel RTA. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that a try. Build that up. Had to pick up another bulk. I like my bulk, so I grabbed a stainless steel one, just in case I don't feel like using the black one. Foil art. Look at that. And look at the prices. This is in his clearance section. And he's still got other stuff in there. I didn't buy them all out. Beautiful. Look at that purple. My wife saw that. She's like, oh man, we got to take that home. I'm going to have to get that set up and give that a try. Got a Rebirth RDA. Single coil. Awesome. The things that you can grab, it's just... And then here is a wonderful novelty. Made by Vaporesso. Never even heard of this thing before. But my wife walked over and says, hey, check this out. I'm like, that looks just like a Zippo. Yeah. Aurora Play. Nice addition to our collection. I am just thrilled. Look at that. Beautiful. And he had some stuff in boxes for clearance section, $1, $2, $5 boxes. So I got a spare glass for the Moonshot, Sigeli Moonshot 120. I also picked up a spare glass for the Cleto. And I'm telling you, I had an awesome time vape hopping. You know, when you're younger, you go bar hopping. But for me, vape shop hopping. Go and support your local vape businesses. Pretty soon it can be the only place you can get stuff. Well, maybe not so. I did get a couple emails from different shops like 8 Vape. They have found a private courier that's going to be able to deliver packages. We'll see if every single area in the country is covered in that. But for now, they sent the email out saying that they got it. I heard the Giant Vapes has it. Element hasn't published anything, but wouldn't surprise me if they found somebody too. It's just a guessing game at this point. Well, here's one more thing that I picked up from the clearance shelf. Vapor's Cloud. Look at that beautiful dripper. The Mangala. Yeah. And the nice thing is, comes with 2 top caps. So if you want the slotted airflow, you can have the slotted airflow. And you want the honeycomb, then you can use the honeycomb. Yeah, that's going to be great. Vapor's Cloud. No noobs. Yep. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Little bit of everything we picked up. Well, how about I throw this stuff back in the bag, and I've got some vape mail I want to open up. Been dying to open this one up because I finally got my order in from River Supply. Yeah. Let me package all this up. Awesome. Yeah. Have to stock up, and finally we'll have the supplies I need to make my strawberry crunch flavored e-liquid. Been a long time coming. I'll just toss that off to the side. So, I ordered some flavors to manage my way through this trying times of the vape apocalypse. And I think that I'm ready to jump into DIY. Yeah. Picked up a bunch of different flavors, and I started off with half a dozen recipes, wrote down the ingredients for those recipes, and then I got on to River Supply, I'm sorry. Got on and started placing my order. And then while I was on there, I went, well, let's check out their clearance section too, because you know I'm a value conscious shopper. And I looked at that, and I looked at that, and I'm like, okay, well, what can I make with this flavoring? So I jumped on, pulled up a couple more recipes, and I added some more flavors to the list. So I think I have enough e-liquid flavorings to last me until this stuff expires. And I'll be doing a lot of recipe reviews. The only thing that's going to slow down my recipe reviews, actually, probably going to be the fact that you can only vape so much e-liquid every week. And, well, I might have to find some friends that are in need of some e-liquid, because I think I could be able to make plenty of it. So, let me know what you think. You think I scored pretty good for my 50th birthday? I certainly enjoyed it. I certainly had a great time. I loved meeting these people. And quite honestly, I'm sitting there considering that I might just do that as a special. You know, every month or every 2 months, pick a city nearby, take a couple-hour drive, and go visit some vape shops. Go check them out. And let you guys know what it's like out there. Because you shouldn't just base your sole opinion on all vape shops by what you get to experience. There are a plethora of vape shops out there. And yeah, I know you're limited to where you live, and you're limited to what modes of transportation you have available to you. However, I want to let you know that I found out that the old style vape lounges, the old style vape stores, the old style mom and pop shops, they're still out there. And depending on what city you go to, man, they could be as abundant as every other block in town. I was thoroughly impressed and did not realize how many vape shops there are in the Cleveland area. So I got on there and I did a little search and said just vape shops near me. And I zoomed in and I'm like, holy cow. I could spend 2 whole days driving from one store to the other, to the other, to the other. There's that many of them around there. I don't know if they're all going to be around here in a couple months. I hope they are. But regardless of where you stand and regardless of what you have in stock, at some point in time, you're going to have to go and get something new. You're going to have to get some coils. You're going to have to get some juice. You're going to have to get something. Go visit a vape shop. Or if you're on vacation, you're on a holiday, go stop in the local town and see what kind of vape shop they have. Even if you don't want to buy anything, meet the people there. Take a look around and see what kind of inventory they have. You never know what you're going to find in one of their clearance sections and what you're going to end up coming home with. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for today. I want to say thank you to the 200 plus people that have subscribed to this channel. I want to let you guys know I'm not going anywhere. One way or another, I'm going to keep uploading content. I'm going to keep putting on the news and advocacy stuff, but I also want to focus more on the crafting aspect of vaping, and I'm going to show you guys how we can all get through this together. It really is easy to be able to enjoy this, and it's really easy to have vaping turn into a hobby for you. Well, that's it for today. I want to say thank you guys once again. Hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.